Oh, wow, look, it says we've already gone for 15 seconds, and it just told me now we're going live. So let me talk amongst yourselves while I fix it, because it's not going to be shown to anybody yet. So,
all right. So we'll just...
Go
Everybody
ahead.
got something good to drink? We're all set?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And,
Ready to roll.
All right.
and
I
of course,
I
my
got-
Facebook is
got
going to...
got the giant Pepsi cup here full of blue lemonade.
Where are you out of, Katrina?
Michigan.
Michigan. Okay, cool.
All right, there we go.
How about you guys?
Where are you from,
Dan
Case?
Yeah, Birmingham, Alabama. And,
Okay.
Yeah, so.
I'm from Austin, Texas.
Okay. So we're spreading the country today.
Yep, and I am from, if you can guess where I'm from. Katrina, you know, so you're not allowed to guess.
Oh, shoot.
Does it have a Wawa or a
Shreveport,
Sheetz?
Louisiana.
It has a Sheetz, not a Wawa.
Okay.
We narrowed it down by gas station.
Well, yes, because in Pennsylvania it's like split in half. The east side has Wawas and the west has
Oh, that's
Sheetz.
true. Because when I went to Baltimore, they had Wawa.
Mm-hmm. But when I lived in York, we had Rudders.
Oh, I don't know
It's
that
so
one.
funny. I recently saw the show Mayor of Easttown, and I'm picking that out of your accent as you talk.
Where are you from? I'm sorry. I'm not very perceptive. I didn't pick up from the accent. What do you got?
Outside of Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
I just got back from Canada, so maybe my accent's funny. Probably not.
Are you saying hoser yet?
No, but I do say A from time to time.
You a-hole.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, welcome to the show. This is the Hooligan Alley Hangout. I'm your host, JW Sims. And, of course, over here to this side, I guess, which she's not really here, but it's Katrina Rotes. She is my co-host. And tonight we have with us Dawn Price and Casey.
That looks like a Dan to me. That looks like
I'm
an
a Dan.
Oh,
Did I say Dan? What did I say?
Don.
Don Corleone? I don't know.
I need
but
to
I'll
have
go
my...
with it.
I don't have my glasses on.
Little Danny Price.
and Casey Allen, who is returning to our show from a couple months ago. And tonight we're going to be talking about their book, Bigfoot Knows Karate, which...
That's awesome.
Yeah.
The title alone is like, where's the Kickstarter? I need to put money.
Thank you
So-
for having us on tonight.
Oh, you're welcome. So right away, people are going to want to know, what is this book about? Like, Bigfoot Knows Karate? Like, what kind of book are we looking at?
The best way to describe it is you have a gentle, lone, cryptid warrior who lives in a world where anyone can be the hunter and anyone can be the prey at any given time. It's kind of the central theme of the book, but of this issue. But just say that he does battle with Kung Fu Cthulhu. We have a Cthulhu in the book, so you have Bigfoot versus Cthulhu.
I wore the wrong shirt tonight.
Say it again.
Cthulhu. I said I wore the wrong shirt tonight. I should have my Cthulhu
gotcha.
shirt on.
And so, I mean, the way we kind of look at it is it's Godzilla versus Kong versus meets Kill Bill is the short and long of how to describe it. So action adventure, psychological thriller, wanton violence. It's chock full of fun and for the whole family except for the really young ones. So yeah, but it's a wild romp. Would you not agree, Case? What do you got?
Yeah, I agree. So our initial idea was to do Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants, but with cryptids, and we really banged this out and had it really, really good. Obviously, Bigfoot was the Mandy Moore character or whoever was in that film, and it just. There was something missing, and Dan one day, just out of the blue, was like, "You dumb motherfucker! Bigfoot knows karate," and that's after that, the story just kind of took off.
He still travels, but we ditched the pants, so you know, it's it's basically the Yaya sisterhood, meets, so.
Man, it's just making me want to read it more and more.
Oh yeah, no. Listen, it is. If the title says Bigfoot Knows Karate, it kind of spells it out for you, but there's so much more coming at you at the same time. It's a story in 4 acts in the first issue. There's definitely not that it's broken up into chapters, but you can definitely feel the vibe change throughout the book, and you get to know this Bigfoot. And if you think about it, if you were the only one of in your existence, how would that work? When I was doing research for this project, I thought about, I checked out a lot of documentaries on Bigfoot, did some reading. And the one thing I learned about Bigfoot was nobody's ever seen a Bigfoot, like that, and if nobody's really seen a Bigfoot here on, in this world, why would that rule be any different in the world that we're creating? He has to let you see him. You have to antagonize. You know what I'm saying? You have to either be touched or you have to antagonize him to the point. And, that isolation, that's got to wear on your psyche. And that's something that comes up a lot in the story, that, there's no association with anyone. And, so he finds a little rabbit in the comic and, starts to, get close to the rabbit and, pet it. And as that's happening, he gets shot, but they're not shooting at him. They're shooting at the rabbit. So you can only imagine what this is that closeness that he's finally feeling, or, having that one of those moments, and that's disrupted by, 2, hunters. So you can only imagine a Bigfoot who knows karate, what that would turn out to be like. And so it's quite a nice piece of whoop ass, I would have to say, in that part of the story. So that kind of, but that theme, that hunter prey theme switches, that role can change for you at any given time. And so we play with that theme a lot.
Yeah. The hunter prey theme, obviously inspired by my continual watching of how Stella got her groove back.
What have you been drinking tonight, dude? Come on, get serious here. No. I played along with you for a little while, but come on now, bring it in. Come on, hustle.
So, if you want to spell it out in movie terms, this would be a nice kind of conglomeration of Bigfoot versus Kong and Kill Bill, and it's what you would want to see from the combining of those two films. Plus more. We go out into the weeds with some really fun stuff, and the title says a lot about what you're gonna get with the book, but it's so much more than that. And I really want to stress that it's not just some lunkhead Bigfoot that likes to beat people up. It has a lot of story and a lot of heart. So yeah. And speaking of heart, Dan really has been the heart of the story. He's the guy that kind of came up with the concept. He kept drawing this lone Bigfoot doing karate poses. And I was like, Dan, that is so cool. We need to, you need to do something with that. And he kept drawing it. And I kept bugging him about it. And finally he was like, I think I got something. And after that, it's just been kind of a fun ride.
Yeah, it sounds very interesting. I'll give you that. I was looking over the website earlier today just to get, and you can. Is that where you can have like I want to say it was a 7-page preview on the website?
Yeah.
Yes. I'm just sharing that in the comments so those people who want to check it out can. And so, I put Bigfoot Knows. Look at me. I am smart.
Bigfoot knows. What does he know?
Nothing, obviously, because
that's almost like a. That sounds like suggestive, like Bigfoot knows, like Victoria's Secret, but with Bigfoot. It's all boudoir pictures of Bigfoot.
Yeah, Bigfoot knows.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, okay, but so I'm trying to think. I had a question there, and it just flew off my head. Yeah. Do you got anything, Katrina? What? My mind just went completely blank. I was like,
are you guys are taking this to Kickstarter?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
October
Okay.
13th.
Oh, so soon.
Oh yeah. So we've got October 13th. We're doing a live launch party on Instagram that night. So we're gonna do 6:30 that evening. Casey and I will be on Instagram live doing a little pre-launch, little pre-gaming because I'm planning to have some cocktails that night. And at 7:00 we go live. We'll press the button on Kickstarter right then and there. We're having a bunch of different friends, creators come and join us that night. If y'all have nothing going on, you're on Instagram, please join us. Hop in on the live. We can have up to 4 people in there at a time. So we're gonna have a lot of fun doing that. We've got and the Kickstarter itself, we got a couple of really killer things that we're doing. Can we talk about that now? Is this a good time to talk about some tiers?
Yeah.
We're
I
free
put the,
on here, right? Yeah. So
I put the pre-launch website,
the page on there, the link.
the link.
Man.
That thing
Yeah.
you click on.
Yeah.
Yeah, the little take your mouse and you do the little. Anyway, so we're doing 2 editions of the book. We're doing a regular edition. We're doing a deluxe edition. Each one will have 2 covers. Okay, so there'll be a regular edition and a variant for each book. But it's a 30-page story, full color, and that's what you get in the regular edition. In the deluxe, then you get something really interesting. It's a 30-page story, plus we have a 10-page fan art gallery because we've received over 50 pieces of fan art.
It is
Oh, wow.
nuts how
going
much
into
fan
the
art we've
book.
got.
Yeah, it's
Wow,
so nuts.
that's
Thank
great.
you to everyone who has taken the time to
my
draw
gosh.
this silly character. We appreciate it so much. I mean, it's amazing,
So,
and that you take
Dan,
people's time out of the day. Yeah.
Has that been kind of a little bit of a fuel in your fire to getting this done? Just seeing that fan art and going,
Oh,
like,
God,
"Holy
yeah.
crap, people want to see this."
Oh yeah, look, that's just been incredible. I mean, that's like the biggest gift. I mean, people have mailed me stuff. I mean, I got artwork this is the variant cover for the regular edition done by Matthew Skiller.
Fantastic.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And then this was a piece of fan art that I saw it, and when the guy mailed it to me, I'm like, I can't just take this for free. So I paid him, and we're using it as the variant cover for the deluxe.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, and this was another piece of fan art people sent over. I mean, it's been amazing. And then we've got so anyway, so it's gonna
my fan art out of the water.
I mean, it's
What,
Fans are like-
you just guys get fan art? I haven't.
My
gotten
fans
any of
are my
that
fans are like 9, so
so the deluxe edition, it's going to have the 30-page story. It's going to have the 10-page fan art gallery, a few sketches of what I've got going on moving, for the for issue 2. We're going to kind of do a little bit of a preview of that. And then the kick-ass thing that we brought to the table is we're doing a director's commentary roundtable video that is only accessible through the deluxe edition. There'll be a QR code on there. You scan it with your phone. It's going to take you to a private YouTube video where we discuss the book inside and out, creative process, what the origins of it were, where we're, the book itself, page by page, and then, get to talk about there's a gnarly twist at the end of the book. So we really get to discuss that. And because look, we haven't been able to talk about the plot. We've done how many podcasts, Casey? And, the whole time we've had to be elusive. So it's really excited about the deluxe edition. Go ahead, Case. Sorry.
We have to catch each other all the time about we can't talk about this. This is foreboding.
No.
So and Dan, I know just as a creator, I write. That's all I do, and 9 times out of 10, it's nobody really sees it.
Mhm.
When Dan does stuff, he has it and he can physically show people. And I'm sure sometimes it kills him to not have to post stuff because it looks fan-freaking-tastic, and he's doing all this art and just amazing work, and it's under lock and key because there is a big twist, and it goes pretty crazy. Again, just remember, Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants. how Stella got her groove. Yeah, none of that applies, but yeah.
Perfect movies for October.
Exactly.
I just need to know, does the rabbit make it?
The rabbit is actually more of an important part of the story than
Well,
than
there you go, guys. You got to buy the
yeah.
book to find out if the rabbit makes it.
Oh, you know what? I just figured out what the rabbit is. Did you ever see John Wick?
No, actually, I haven't.
I
saw Keanu though. I did see Keanu. So
yeah, because that's why he like goes crazy and kills all the Russian mobsters because they killed his dog.
They killed his dog.
Right.
As a guy that has to look up on the website doesthedogdie.com every time he and his wife watch a film, I'm not gonna do that to y'all. So, exactly, buy the book or the rabbit gets it. Yeah, the rabbit in the book is fine, but yeah, if y'all don't buy issue 2, that rabbit's done.
Hey John, how are you today?
Yeah.
Let's see.
Hey Jeffrey, good to see you.
Yeah, that buy it or the rabbit dies.
Well, that was an old National Lampoon's cover years ago, right? Yeah, with the gun and the dogs. That was classy. I'd say that I make that comment, but like seriously, I threw a party in college where I did the exact same thing. Come to the party, if the dog gets it, we make T-shirts. So but this is the same, whatever. I mean, we threw ridiculous parties. We one time. Anyway, I won't even get into that. Let's talk about the comic. So
Let's talk about the comic.
Yeah. Well, no, seriously, we did a party that you could come as your favorite sexual contraceptive or biblical character. It was quite awesome. So,
that's quite a.
Hey, like I'm a creative individual. What can I tell you? So, anyway.
What's up, Hooligan?
Now we got fancy battles tonight.
Yeah. I don't know. I'd need to have Spanish to be able to read the comments. So the book launches on Kickstarter on October 13th at 8 p.m. Is it?
8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central.
Okay.
Yeah, and I know, like you were showing those covers. I think on the website you actually have all 4 of them on there.
All four covers are up there. Look, the book's the book is 3 pages from done, I think, at this point, for the entire thing to be finished. So, look, I mean, really the goal is to try and have it finished before the Kickstarter. I've been getting my ass kicked at work the last couple of weeks. So, so it happens, but so I'm trying to finish up all the artwork this over the next week and a half and get that over to Casey, to look over. We can get the lettering done and all of that, and so working really hard to get this finished. If we don't make it by the beginning of the Kickstarter, I'm not going to kick my own ass about it. I mean, look, it's not like we got 5 pages and said, "Hey guys, back us." You know what I mean? We're really trying to bring the book to the table quickly. We really want, look, there's a lot of campaigns that just flounder and, just peter out and people don't deliver. And that's not happening here. Yeah. I mean, that's just our word to the backers. We really, really want to make sure that this comes as quickly as we can. We'll finish the campaign in November. I'm putting a January ship date on there right now, just because of the holidays. And now I don't know if you read, but they're slowing the mail down again. There's for some reason. And
for those who don't know, mail prices went up for the holidays today.
Yeah.
Oh, yay! So this is going to be expensive.
Yeah. Mail went from $2.89 to $3.19.
Yeah. Say that again.
So like
media rate went from $2.89 to $3.19.
Oh,
love
nice.
you, Matt.
Media amount, yeah. So 30 cents. I don't know how much everything else went up. I'm sure.
I think we're all afraid to find out how much everything else went up. Especially those Kickstarters are going to be possibly fulfilling during all that.
Mm-hmm.
He's your favorite, Matt? That's really sweet.
Matt is my favorite. Matt is an amazing guy. He has a Kickstarter out right now called the Bardic Verses.
Yeah, they were on a couple weeks ago.
Oh my gosh, it blows my mind. He is one of the best writers I know, and super talented guy, super good guy, just good people.
I think just first class is going up. Priority didn't look like it got affected. Well, that's
Okay.
good. John, no, not medium. No.
Yes, medium.
And Matt said 2 kinds, sir. Yes, they were on a couple weeks ago and took a look at their book. I'm sure I did a spotlight on it that week somewhere. So
yeah, so I met Matt through the same way that I met Dan, which is I have this group called the Comic Jam, and we are an online comics workshop, and every week we get artists and writers together. I have the writers do a 1-page script, just 1 page, 6 panel stops, and then I pair them up with an artist, and they get about a month to produce the page. Each week is random. I pair them with whoever I can, and then we have a letter come in, do their magic, and we post it on www.thecomicjam.com. I think there's like an http:/whatever before that, but just thecomicjam.com.
Fancy. Look
Yeah,
at
yeah.
you with your HTTP.
But
Going
Dan-
backslash what?
Dan did a few pages with us at the Comic Jam. He was such a fun guy to work with, and honestly, I saw his artwork when he was interested, and I thought he was pulling my leg because he's a professional artist. He is a designer by trade. So I thought he was just kind of just talking to talk.
That's what I do. I just go and fuck with people, in comic groups. That's just my MO. So.
Fuck with this redneck kid and tell him I want to do
comics. Hey, Bama, let me draw.
Yeah, exactly. But no, he came in, did some awesome stuff, and we're friends now. I like it. Dance my butt.
Absolutely. No, the Comic Jam was amazing because Casey accepted me in there with open arms. Like, everybody was super kind. I had been doing comics since like 2007, and I did a few different titles. I did Latex Avenger. He had a sidekick named Spermicidal Foam Lad, and together they repelled crime 99.9% of the time. That was the first book I did. I did that for 7-8 issues, and then did another project that was more of a PG-13 version of that called Masters of the Obvious. You had Dr. Biclops, you had Two Eyes, the Visible Woman, you couldn't miss her, LeBron the Snapping Turtle. It was don't make him snap, you wouldn't like him when he snapped. And so we did, I did those books, and a big project for the Stan Lee Foundation. I had worked on that, and so it was really cool, but things happened. I got married, was raising a family. My creative partner, unfortunately, he went through some tough times and is no longer with us, unfortunately. So that was a really tough time to get through as well. When it was, drawing for a long time was like having a ghost on my shoulder. That was like I could hear him standing over me going, "You're doing that wrong," and you make that line straighter or whatever. So you call that anatomy. And so I just took a little time to kind of get back to it. The Comic Jam was like dipping your toe into the comics water again, and it was like, it was very, it was just a very comfortable plane of existence to be in, making a 1-page comic. You kind of, get in, get out, get done, and then on to the next thing. And, I tried to take advantage of the situation. Every script I got, I tried to draw it in a different style, just trying to push myself a little bit harder. My favorite one, though, I love Space Sharks, but my favorite one was the one that I did with Casey. We did Casey. I mean, look, Casey's an amazing writer and has a great, he was able to take a theme and just really run with it. We did a tribute to to Steve Ditko. I'm sorry, when Steve Ditko passed. And so Casey wrote this amazing script, kind of supposing, it's a long story, but but when I got a chance to draw that, I mean, it was like one of those, gimme. And that was kind of us. That was you and me off to the races at that point, Casey, in terms of like, just jiving with each other, and just kind of become that really where our friendship really kicked off. And I haven't done anything with the Jam in a while, And but we've still kept in touch through that whole time. I mean, for sure. What's up, Grant? Good evening. So I'm hats off to the Comic Jam. Thank you so much for kind of getting me back into it, because that led in me doing some work for some other titles. And then here we are going back to create our own project again. So the Jam. If you've never checked it out, go check it out. If you're an artist or a writer and you want to try something different, go check out the Jam.
Yeah, we have fun, and I meet awesome people like Dan. So
yeah, meet awesome people like Casey.
Yeah, and my natural reaction for anybody saying anything nice about me is to immediately like, no, I'm awful, but also I want you to buy my book, so I'm not going to do that tonight. I'm going to be like, yes,
fantabulous. He writes great stuff. Go check it out.
Yeah.
The cat approves, apparently.
Hello, kitty cat.
At least he's not climbing the wall yet.
Yeah, well, this is the wrong cat. This is Zeus.
Yeah.
Doesn't climb walls. That's Bongo.
Yes. Spider
Usually I have a
cat.
dog next to me during these situations. I don't know where she went.
I have Spider Cat. The door behind me, he was open one night when we were doing this, and we watched him literally scale the
door frame and try to sit on the door frame.
I just sit up on the house.
So I interviewed Evan Dorkin not long ago, and he's the guy that did Milk and Cheese. He did so much stuff for TV. He did like the Superman cartoon. He worked on, I want to say, like what's the Batman future cartoon?
Batman Beyond.
Batman Beyond.
Yeah. That one. Batman 2099. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. And no, he was super cool. He also worked on my oldest daughter, her favorite show when she was a kid, which was Yo-Yo Gabba Gabba.
Oh,
he was one of the writers for that show,
Gabba.
which was freaking awesome. I loved that show. But anyway,
I thought that was a Ramones song for like the longest time. Yo Gabba
maybe
Gabba.
like Gabba Gabba Hey. Yeah,
exactly. That's my point. When I first heard of Yo Gabba Gabba, I thought that was what it was about. Go ahead.
He has a cat that he had rescued. He calls it Pirate Cat because it's missing an eye. And this cat walks up on his desk and immediately shows hole, like during the right in the middle of the interview. And I'm just like, all right, man. Anytime you want to pull that cat's butthole out of the frame, that'd be great. But Evan could have been a nicer guy. I love him. I could have talked to him for hours. His comic knowledge is just far surpasses anything I ever.
The suspense is killing me.
I know.
Next.
Where's he going with this story?
We need to know the end of it, Casey.
We can just fill in the blanks ourselves, I suppose, right?
It's
like a Mad Lib at this point. Right.
Or think I could hope to attain. He's forgotten. Did I cut it out?
Yeah, you were frozen.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
For a long time,
Okay.
we were like trying to figure out what you do.
We've already changed subjects like 3 times, dude. You're like
Evan Dorkin, super good guy. I'll leave it at that. And his cat is not shy at all.
Katrina has a tendency to put cat butts on her books too, so
it's like a Vonnegut novel, my lord. I actually have a Kurt Vonnegut print of a butthole of a cat ass. Look at that, cat butts. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, no, I have a Kurt Vonnegut lithograph that he of a cat's ass. So that's signed. So I'm very proud of that. So. If you've never read Breakfast of Champions, then never mind. So anyway,
Casey's so well, like Stone Boy.
You ever seen those guys in New Orleans that just like stand like statues and they don't move? Yeah, you ever seen that stuff?
I think he froze again, actually.
Yeah, he's really lost Casey.
Yeah, he's just Are you?
He's trying so hard.
He's trying to catch up.
I really do.
I really do too.
I think Casey, you've been talking this whole time, buddy.
No. I'm just lamenting my choice in cable providers. Really, oh my gosh. I hate them so badly.
Who
Spectrum.
do you use? Spectrum.
Charter Spectrum. Yeah.
Charter Spectrum. All right.
Yeah,
We're on the Google Fiber over here. So,
Oh man,
What?
I long for the ability to get Google Fiber. It'll never happen out where I'm at. So
yeah. I think
It won't happen here either, but a girl can dream.
'cause I live out in the middle of nowhere. We can't even we have Xfinity. That's all you can get, and that's what you live with. So
I know we were like a pilot program for fiber, and we jumped on that. It was like a lottery to get into it or something like that, and we were able to get in. And it's been pretty good actually. Although the phone sometimes peters out. Like we have a house line because I work from home, so that my house line is on my office line.
yeah,
And every once in a while, the router will peter out on that. You have to update that, or you have to unplug it. If that's the worst thing that happens, I'll get over it. So.
yeah. Literally,
But enough about my cable provider, I suppose, right? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Everybody has everybody's cable providers.
yeah.
We can bitch about our electric companies if you'd like. So,
Oh my god.
Don't even. Nope, there goes a cat butt. There we go.
Hello,
there
Cat.
it goes. He's had enough.
All right. Well, I'm gonna. I was gonna say I always have these silly questions. I don't remember if I asked Casey. Got to ask Casey. At least Katrina thinks they're silly. I don't think it is.
That's because you never like my answers.
Hey, we're not even gonna get on. I'm not even gonna mention how you think Batman is the most overrated superhero. We're not even gonna get on that tonight.
I honestly, I might agree with Katrina.
I would totally agree. So
Come on.
And
Victor-
Soups is boring to me. I'm sorry. I know that hurts a lot of people. I think he just doesn't do it.
Look.
I'm
Here's
not-
my attitude on it. Look, Batman, Superman, Spider-Man, whatever. Like amazing characters, all in their own right. They're like 60, 80-year-old characters at this point. They've been retconned, rebooted. 4 different movies that have the origin of Batman in it. You know what I mean? It's just like how many different ways can we retell the story? This is why I'm such an advocate for indie comics. Frankly, look, I was 16 when Image popped in 1992. Okay, I loved comics since I was a little kid. Always have, and I have always done artwork. I've always drawn. But when Image popped, the thing that excited me the most wasn't the characters. It was that the artists and the writers owned their characters. That was the thing that was just so, that was sexy to me because like immediately I started, no, I'm serious, because immediately I started creating characters like one after the other. None of them were good. They were all the same. They were all the carbon copy Image X-Men characters. You had the big guy, and you had the claw guy, and you had the leader type, all that crap. But once I got older and I matured and I started looking at comics differently and not wanting to be the cookie cutter, not wanting to be all of that, then it got interesting. And then you can really start to build some sort of actual intellectual property that stands out on its own. And then that really isn't that what we're all trying to do? Tell stories and build an IP. That's what I'm trying to do anyway. Casey, what do you want to do?
I want to write. I just want to write. I just want to write stories. I want to entertain people, and I want to hopefully be able to make some scratch while I do it.
Nice.
Yeah, that would be
so
nice.
Wouldn't that be nice?
I decided that my new dream now is to be an answer in children's literature on Jeopardy.
That would be
nice.
This is my new dream.
So, have you ever done a children's book over Kickstarter?
Yep, this is her third one.
This is my third.
My second one on Kickstarter.
Oh yeah,
okay.
This is her third book.
Can we exchange information after this? Because I've done 2 children's books for hire for other people, but then I did one with a partner here not long ago. She wrote it, I drew it, and I'm really considering taking that to Kickstarter. So I'd love to talk to you, Kat, if you had some time to.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, great. That'd be fantastic.
Yeah, add me on Facebook and message me anytime.
Okay, great. I love it. Thank you.
Yeah, I'll throw my full name in the private chat so you know how to spell it.
Thank you. That'd be great.
Yeah. And we're going to look at Kat's book here in a little bit. because she did launch it today, and I know she wants to talk about it all month. So
All month.
That's exciting.
When you
Absolutely.
co-host, it's a perk of co-hosting. You get to talk about your own book repeatedly.
Absolutely. Take advantage of it, right?
I feel like we've been talking about the cat book like all year, and now we
I
got
know.
toys.
Well, we launched April's Army, which is the cat book, in May, and I rolled. It's like I rolled right into the next book. I do feel like there's been no downtime in between.
Really, it hasn't, because didn't you just like finally send out the last of your stuff
still
a few weeks ago?
Okay. Confession: I have one package left to send, but I can't find a box. It won't go in a
mailer.
A mailer.
Oh no!
It needs to go into a box, and the one box I'd saved from Amazon that would fit it, my child stepped on it and squashed it flat.
Oh no!
Time
to go to Walmart.
I did an update today, and I said I have one left. You know, guys, yes, I've launched, but I do have one left to mail, and as soon as I can find a box, it is going out to this backer. She has been incredibly patient.
Oh, that's right, because you had to wait for a figurine.
I did a miscount on one of the items, and so I was one item short when I went to fulfill. And it's a custom-made item, so I had to wait for the artist to make it, send it to me, and now I can't find a box.
Oh, no.
But we did fulfill. I had a fulfillment date of September. We fulfilled in August.
Oh wow!
So we've rolled right into the next Kickstarter, and then I said once this one is done, you won't see my Kickstarter before March or April. Taking the holiday season off.
Well,
good for
technically, but you'll be on other projects that are out.
I'll be on other projects. I also work as a freelance editor for comics and novels.
Oh, how cool.
Yeah, so I will probably have other projects on Kickstarter. They're just not my projects.
Well, congratulations. That's really amazing.
Yeah, that's a lot of work.
It is.
It's busy.
But I just have to know if you're going to have a Rocky crossover story with the Toy Story.
You know what? I consider we had a cat in the first Toy Story book.
But it wasn't Rocky.
It was not Rocky. It was Mittens.
You know, it needs to have a Rocky story in there. So I can.
James is a little obsessed with one of my characters named Rocky.
I'm thinking like Balboa.
Well, that's what I say. I have her next 6 stories all planned out already.
He does.
For this character.
There needs to be a story for every movie.
Yeah. Awesome. And like I even found his main rival is Apollo Creed.
Oh no!
I just happen to have a cat named Apollo. So
does he have like an old little dog who stands next to him going, "You're a bum," you know, or something like that? Because you have to have somebody bum it. It's the worst thing that you can possibly be in Rocky Land is a bum. The same way that the worst thing that you can be in Star Wars is scum. You know what I mean?
Or a nerf herder.
Scum. Yeah, right. But like, how many times did they say that? Like, bounty hunters, we don't need their scum. Yes, sir. You know, I mean, like, that's the worst thing. Bum and scum. That's it. Or if you ever watch Smokey and the Bandit on regular TV, they take the word "son of a bitch" and they just say "boom scum" or some crap like that. It's really terrible.
And he always called his son Tick Turd.
Was it really? I don't remember that.
Tick Turd.
Oh my god. I mean, oh god, that was on TV recently. Like, I was over at somebody's house and they had it playing in the background, and I'm sitting there watching it. And I hadn't seen this movie since I was a kid. And Jackie Gleason looks at me and goes, "Junior, when I go home, I'm gonna punch your mama in the mouth." I'm like, Jesus, oh my god,
that shit would not fly today.
Never in a million years. I was like, my mouth dropped, man. I was like, oh my god, he just told him he's gonna punch his mom. I mean, that's tough news.
I've never seen a Smokey and the Bandit film.
Oh, a film. It's a movie, dude. Don't give it too much credit. You know,
it's very high high art.
It's highbrow,
film.
yeah. Highbrow.
It's Burt Reynolds. That's all you need to know.
Yeah. Hey, now Bert's cool. We'll give him that though. We'll give Burt and Leon Reynolds Jr. We will give him the credit he deserves. So
have y'all seen
anyway.
the footage of him? It was like on Leno or something. It was either Leno or Letterman, and he almost gets into a fist fight with Mark Summers from Double Dare.
I did not
Oh,
see
it's so
that.
awesome. Because like Burt
Double Dare?
Reynolds is, like going through a divorce, and Mark Summers said something like, "At least I'm still married." And
Oh.
you just see like the look on Burt Reynolds' face, just like, "Oh, I am so like, oh."
If I were
he-
not
he-
on national TV right now.
Yeah, but
it flips
you-
the switch, and it is glorious. Oh my god! They end up getting in a pie fight at the end, which was an amicable way to end. But
That must have driven Mark Summers crazy because he has OCD, right? I mean, he has OCD to like the hill, like the germaphobe and OCD. Yeah. And so like I was reading an article that was an interview with him. And he was talking about how like the fringe on his rugs, he has to like stretch, make sure they're all straightened out. Like he can't go with it all. Yeah. Now, how does a guy like that? I mean, look, props to him. How does a guy like that handle being on Double Dare, where it's all green slime and
get,
you
like,
have to run around in a giant slice of
slime.
pizza or whatever it is? Yeah. So, kudos to him, dude. Seriously, that he was able to pull through on
I
that.
used to play in a band.
Howie Mandel.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like how
big
how
time.
he's managed over the years is amazing to me.
Yeah.
I used to play in a band with a kid whose family was on Family Double Dare.
Oh, really?
Ooh.
Apparently they ate shit, but he was on there, and that's awesome. So
That is awesome.
You're
Okay, I'm a
cool.
little jealous of that, to be honest with you. Like
Yeah.
that would make your childhood that much better to have been on Double Dare. You know what I mean?
I know,
Like,
right?
I mean, that's
The
like
most
almost as
popular
good as
kid
being
in
like a.
school.
Oh yeah, but that's almost as good as like being a moon pie eating champion or something cool like
Right.
that. You know what I mean? So
I
that's
feel like I'm
Casey.
being called
Casey
out.
actually as a moon pie eating champion from like
Hey,
what is it,
that's
2002?
actually my 501st nickname.
Oh, are you
Pie.
the 501st?
Yeah. I am like retired now because I only have one leg, so.
Oh, okay.
but yeah, that was my nickname. So if you ever see on my Facebook, it actually says JW or James Moon Pie.
Moon Pie.
I've seen. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So it was for the what's the one that you're not supposed to wear white after
Labor
that
Day.
holiday? Yeah, Labor Day. After Labor Day, we had it was during the Labor Day thing. Every year they have a moon pie eating contest, and I was in this thing and I ate 16 of the double-decker moon pies in 10 minutes. And the guy next to me started throwing up. There were a few other people that vomited. My wife had 3. She's little. She is a tiny lady, and she managed to choke down 3. And we had an exchange student who came with us. It was a friend of ours, and he had half a bite of a moon pie, and he said, "These taste like shit," and he threw it. But yeah, I won $100, so that went towards my rent at my crappy duplex that I lived in at the time, because that was my first house away from home.
But now the real question is, were they chocolate or banana?
It was chocolate, and then like the next time I did it, see, I ended up getting the newspaper about it because like
Got his picture in the paper.
Yeah.
They
they interviewed people at this moon pie eating contest, and so I didn't win that year. I made like 3rd place. I tied for 3rd. I was ashamed. I was horribly ashamed. But so what they did was it was chocolate. They give you each one as you eat them, and then they threw in an orange. Orange flavored moon pie. What the hell?
It's a monkey wrench right there.
But they interviewed us about it, and I told them that the orange moon pies were my
Kryptonite?
No. What's the decisive battle that Napoleon lost?
Oh, it was your Waterloo.
My Waterloo, yeah. Yeah. So
aren't you the writer? You're supposed to.
Man,
come on, writer boy, get on your shit together, dude. I'm writing the script. We're writing the script, right? You know, because we're co-writing the script. But he says to me, he writes some sort of ridiculous, scene description, and he goes, figure it out, art boy or art boy. I'm like,
He's never let me live that down.
no. So every once in a while I throw a writer boy at him and hang up the phone, So take that.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Well, I had a question, and it kind of like is our segue question.
Sure.
And if I can bring it back up so I can remember, get it right. And that's not, we don't want to look at my camera. But what was your favorite toy growing up?
Legos.
I was just say which, but I guess we're old enough to when Legos just came in a bucket.
Yeah, right. I mean, you'd get the sets, build it once, and then break it all down and throw it in your bucket. You know what I mean? And then go build Starship Enterprises and Excelsiors and things like that on your own time.
That were yellow and blue and
all mishmash colors. Who gives a shit? We're just having fun. Legos were good, man. But I mean, action figures too. Those were fun. I don't know, the old Marvel Secret Wars toys, those were really badass.
Oh, yeah.
Those were the first of its kind to really blow me away. The Superpowers ones, the DC Superpower ones were cool too.
Yeah.
But, those were badass.
Because they actually had you could squeeze their legs and their arms would move.
And they do this. Yeah. Yeah, this short but square-jawed Batman, just he was just ready to go. Those are cool. Casey, did you play with toys as a kid?
I read more than I played with toys. But I was a fucking nerd.
That's sad.
Look at the intellectual over here. Who do you think you are? You think you're better than me?
No, I wasn't reading like Sartre or anything like that. I was reading, like, I read all the Wizard of Oz books and Narnia, all that stuff. But I also got the Talk Boy from the Home Alone films. An uncle sent me the Talk Boy for Christmas one year, and I thought that was the coolest thing ever.
My nephew said that too.
Yeah, it was great. You can manipulate your voice and all that. And when I was a kid, I used to want to be on the radio. And now as an adult, I do a podcast occasionally with Spoiler Country. I interview for them. So, I mean, I guess that's by extension, that's my version of being on the radio now, because it's not really, it's kind of going the way of the buffalo terrestrial radio, at least, the way it was in the 80s and 90s when I was a kid, and they would actually have like headshots that they would give out to people.
Yeah.
It's so weird. But so probably the Talk Boy. I really liked my Talk Boy. It was fun.
All right, Katrina.
I'm gonna go Casey. I was a reader.
I
don't know the.
Now look, so you can tell that side of the room. That side of the room is the writer's side. They don't play with toys. This side's the artist side. We had all the toys.
I apologize. I remember. I read a lot, and then it was probably like I don't know. I had a lot of Barbies and like I know it's.
She doesn't read comic books. She didn't have toys.
So like,
I had a couple of like He-Man toys, I think, but they were the girls.
Tila and
but that's how I grew up. I grew up with. Girls got girl toys. We
Cabbage Patch Kids.
I had Cabbage Patch Kids. I had, Popples, stuffed animals.
It folds into itself.
Yeah.
Like the legs fold up in the stomach.
Yeah, and it makes it into like a ball. Yeah. It's like a stuffed animal.
A stuffed animal ball.
My kids, I have 2 daughters, and if you don't think I don't randomly attack them with Nerf guns, then you guys are off your rocker. There's nothing more fun than having a Nerf gun battle with your kids.
If I could turn my computer around, I have a Nerf gun sitting over here. It has like the big round thing that holds like 100 bullets in it. And then on my door, I have a bag that has 2 more Nerf guns like stashed in it. So my nephews, when they're here, especially in the summer, they like to try to shoot me all the time, and just come in and grab
Just get him
gun
ready, John Wick style.
See, y'all are sweet. You use actual just Nerf guns that's soft and comfortable. Me and my kid, we just bare knuckle box in the backyard, you know. Just, So he's 17. He's squirrely. You know, it's cool. So.
Well, I mean, my boys grew up with stuffed animals and
Sure,
all sorts of stuff. Now I've got one who's a musician and one who's huge into sports. So they're doing their own thing.
Yeah,
My musician has a concert next week that he forgot to tell his mom about, but
Oh,
his
cool.
mom is
that
sneaking.
sounds familiar.
Yeah,
That sounds familiar.
he's a junior in jazz studies at Michigan State.
Oh wow.
And so he's not because they had that year away from campus, he's not gotten back into the swing of, the concert seasons and letting everybody know. And not that he's good about that anyway. He never has been.
But at least you would know and you could share it out, right?
Well, and that's just it, is I'm on the Department of Music's mailing list. So the first of every month I get a list of all the concerts for the month, and I just go down and look for the jazz concerts. I go, yep, there he is.
My son's a musician. He's a junior in high school. He just got accepted into the all region jazz band for the
that's fabulous.
and area. So now he's got an audition for state next week. So
Okay.
he's a tuba player, but he's playing bass trombone for this.
Okay,
so he's really good with brass instruments. He just picks them up and goes. It's pretty incredible.
I have a saxophone player. He plays soprano, alto, tenor, and bari. He plays all of them. And he's the same way. He just picks it up and goes.
Yeah, that's incredible to me. I've never been able to do anything that cool.
Never played bari sax. And we have a local jazz group here. We joke somebody has to die for you to get in.
Right.
Because everybody is much older. And they joked over this. They asked him, their bari player was out for the summer. And they found out that he was home for the summer and said, "Can you fill in?" And he was like, "Yeah, sure." And picked it up and played it like he'd always been playing it. And he's like, "Well, if you play one saxophone, you've kind of played them all." And I'm like, "Yeah, but I mean, the size differences and the amount of air and all that stuff plays into it." And he's just like, "It's no big deal." I'm like, "Okay, I couldn't do it, but cool."
Yeah. No, the talent's incredible for sure.
Yeah. I counted, I think his senior year in high school, he was doing something like 6 or 7 different groups.
Wow.
Between what he did, like marching band, symphonic band, concert band, jazz band at the high school, steel drum band at the high school.
Wow.
And then he had a small group that he played with privately. And then he was part of the Kalamazoo Youth Jazz Orchestra, which is an audition-only group.
Nice.
So he had like 7 different groups throughout high school, his senior year that he played with. Plus he worked and was an honor student. And I went, man, I wish I was you at that age.
Yeah, right.
I mean, not that I was a bad student. I just wasn't involved like that.
Yeah.
I had no idea what I wanted to do.
When I was a senior in high school, I barely had enough time for school and hockey.
Yeah,
that's all I did. I was like, hockey was all my life when I was in high school. Like even in the summer, we'd.
Oh yeah, you got street hockey. You gotta get ready for the season.
Yeah, we were just hockey. Yeah, and I always think it's weird because I'm one of those like weird mixtures of geeky people who like comic books and stuff like that, but I also am really into sports. So I like kind of straddle that line where there's usually the people who like sports don't really like the geeky stuff, and the geeky stuff usually don't like sports.
Well, my oldest is huge into football and things like that, and Michigan State plays tomorrow night. He'll actually be at the game. But I said to him, I've got a podcast at 7:00. The game starts at 7:30. He said, "Well, you're going to have it on the TV muted, right?" I mean, the idea of not watching the game at all to miss the opening stuff is just not acceptable to him.
One of my favorite places to do conventions is in Houston, because in Houston the George R. Brown Convention Center is right next to the Astros Minute Maid Park, and it's right next to the Toyota Center where the Rockets play. So depending on what time of year you are in, you can go catch bat. You can do the convention, go catch a ball game afterwards.
Yeah.
I've done that on a couple of occasions. Like just go get a cheap seat to the baseball game and just go because I love baseball. That's like my main thing. And I mean, so I really enjoy going to the show that day, catching a game that night. That's like a perfect day for me. All comics in the day and baseball at night. Rock on, dude. I'll take it.
One thing that irritates the shit out of me is that people who are into sports kind of think that they're not geeky, I guess. If you are memorizing like the stats of a player,
sure,
you're a fucking nerd. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Like if
you just nerd out about some different stuff, then that's just
right.
It's so weird. And when it gets to like football, Pete, where I'm at, it's all about college football.
Oh yeah,
Alabama.
And
go Alabama.
Yeah, go Bama. We kick off tomorrow at like 11:30. I think it's like way too early for Bama.
Against
don't quote numbers at me, you geek, with your 11:30.
Yeah. Exactly. And they'll be like, well, in high school he did blah blah blah.
What did he do?
I'm like, how do you know about a high school player? Weird.
No.
Anybody else goes around talking about a kid from high school, you would be
we're creepy.
not allowed within 50 feet.
Individual, right?
Or you'd be from Texas. Because
that's true. Oh my god.
But sports snobbery is real, and those guys. Yeah,
it is. I heard Gen Con, the big tabletop gaming convention in Indianapolis, happened.
No,
to
those guys are nerds, so we can say that.
Oh, they're it was sad though because there was a Colts game at the same time going on, and the football fans, not the players, the fans were walking through the convention center, making fun of.
Oh, lovely.
The people at the convention. And I'm like, dude, you're just as bad. You just have a different fandom.
Yeah, it's like. And meanwhile, the guy's got like all this face paint on. He's wearing the head, like the horse head, and he's like, "Oh, look at these geeks over here."
But we need to integrate that over to the comics world. Now we dress up with our cosplays and our things like that. What I want is the helmet with the two beers. You know what I mean? But I want like a Captain America helmet or Iron Man helmet. Two beers. We need that. We need the nacho cheese. We need more nachos. Just more nachos, more wings. If you get more nachos and wings, that makes everything better. I wrote an article recently for a magazine, and it was going off about football. Week one, it was a big. Week one was starting for NFL, and it was talking about basically like, despite the fact of whether you like football or you do not like football, let's talk about the things you can really enjoy about the football season. Wings, nachos, things of that nature. Good burger, things like that. Super Bowl commercials. Just so like. I mean, look, I dig football enough, but like, bring me some good food. Like, bring me all that good halftime grub that you need. I want the wings. I want the nachos. I want all that kind of crap. So
that's what's good about going to see like a farm baseball team. Because for some reason they always have like the craziest like hot dog burger combos or whatever is nuts. You're at this rinky-dink stadium, and the food is
14 stadium cups in my car right now.
Nice.
those like when you get a large drink, they come in those like collector cups.
Oh yeah,
because they charge you like more than a whole case of soda costs.
Sure. It depends what it was. We went to went to the Whitecaps, which is like AAA ball. They were like $6. When we went to the Tigers, it was like 8 or 9. But you can't now the Whitecaps let you bring your cup back and you'll get a discount on a refill. The Tigers don't. You have to just buy another cup. But they just stacked up my car over the summer.
Nice. It's the Penguin
games and stuff we had gone to until I was cleaning out the back of my car to go to Canada. There's this huge stack of cups.
The Penguin games, they have like the plastic cup and has like a sticker on it.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I can't remember how much they are, but you get one free refill. So you take it back and they'll refill it again, but then they peel that sticker off.
Your sticker off, okay.
And so they know you've already got your refill. So, but I have a bunch of those cups laying around too.
I appreciate the reusable cups though.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The AAA ball here in Austin, they got the food's great there. Like they have all the good stuff, but like one of the things they had for a while at least was a bacon wrapped hot dog.
Okay.
And it was really good, but I had one recently at this place called Mission Dog and here in Austin, and man, this was the most kick-ass hot dog I ever had in my life. I mean, it was like an all beef frank, like quarter pound frank.
Okay.
It was fried with the bacon, and they cooked it like that instead of like,
Okay.
And there was like grilled onions over it and jalapenos, fresh jalapenos, and it was just like, it was. Yo, those in the chat, it was mighty. It was one hell of a hot dog. I'm just putting that out there. Like, seriously, if you're ever in Austin, go to Mission Dogs, man. Yeah. You know what has the worst food is comic book conventions. Like, if you're going to like, they always have the worst stuff. There was one day I was at this one place, one convention one time, and they were literally cooking on like a hot plate that I have, like that, like your griddle, the wide griddle. They were cooking burgers on that. I'm like, this will not stand, man. Like, when you're trying to feed that many people and like the line doesn't move, and then and the hot dog tastes like just terrible. I mean, it's just terrible food.
Or pizza that looks like it's been sitting there for 6 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I can get a hot dog from the silent era. I mean, just weird food, just terrible stuff. And but I always try to make sure to bring, eat big in the morning, grab a snack have a snack on you during the day, and go eat up that night. But worst food ever.
What we did one year, I took my youngest with me to Gen Con one year, and we got our hotel had a little kitchenette in it in our room. Mm-hmm. I packed my crock pot and frozen meals in advance.
Nice.
So they thawed on the drive down. We put them in the fridge. Every morning I would just dump something new into the crock pot, turn it off, and we go. So people are like, what are you having for dinner tonight? I'm like, pulled pork tacos.
Nice.
You're like,
where are you getting those from?
My hotel room. And it cost, and it ended up costing me way less than if we'd gone out for dinner.
Oh, sure.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, when I travel to conventions, though, I'm always looking for, like, I'll look ahead of time and find the local joint that everybody's like, you got to eat there. Because I can eat at Chili's and at home.
Well, yeah,
and
I'm the same way. Like, I can go to a Chili's anywhere. Give me something local.
Give me something different. And so, I mean, there's this one place in San Antonio I went to. It was like it was a diner, but like, had the giant pig sign outside. So you knew it was going to be good. And they had like a pulled pork sandwich that was just knock your socks off, the homemade, fresh bacon that they cut, like that they make their own bacon in house and all of that. And it was like, oh my God, I mean, I just live by my stomach, where it just takes me where I need to go, basically. So
yeah, I go down to hotel desks, and go, what's your favorite local place? Don't tell me to order a pizza from Pizza Hut.
Right.
I can do that at home.
Sure.
Well, I can't technically because I live in the middle of nowhere and Pizza Hut's like 15 miles away. But
wow.
No DoorDash.
We don't get delivery out here either.
Yeah, we don't either.
Oh, really?
Literally, there's two places to deliver food for where I live, and it's bad pizza or worse pizza.
Yeah.
We've got two places, and they're both actually about 8 to 10 miles away. And one's a Marco's Pizza.
I love Marco's Pizza.
Yeah. And the other one is a local like pizza / Italian / Mexican.
Nice.
But it'll be a minimum of 2 to 2.5 hours before you see your food.
Wow.
Yeah.
There's this place
and they
between.
Tell you to be there in 45 minutes.
Nice. No, there's this place out in the middle of nowhere, Texas, that's on the way to my in-laws, and it's called the Asian Cajun. And we would pass it all the time. And you got to understand, my wife's a Louisiana girl. All right, she's straight up Louisiana girl. And we drive past this place all the time. We're like, all right, let's go check it out. We go in there, and it was like, they had egg rolls, they had crawfish. I mean, it was just a thing. Food was all terrible all the way around. We'll never go back. But it was like, I don't know. You ever seen one of those KFC Long John Silver combos?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's kind of what it was. But this is kind of like that, but a ramshackle shack. You know what I mean? But it was. Yeah, I love a good fusion. That was not good fusion.
That was not a good one.
Yeah.
What's your favorite fusion place?
Oh gosh, I don't know. I mean, there was a sweet and sour matzo ball thing that I remember from no, I'm kidding, but
I was about to say that sounds kind of good actually.
That's not too bad.
No. I don't know what the favorite fusion is. I mean, there's this place. Have you ever heard of a restaurant called Roy's? They have them around the country, but it's they did like some Hawaiian American fusion thing. It was like a revolving menu. I don't know. It was pretty
a lot
incredible
of spam.
food. No. This was like high end. You know, like this is like frou-frou. You know what I mean?
Nice.
There was
Okay.
not spam. This is you better be dressed up to walk in the door.
Oh,
But like they did some amazing stuff there. I was a big fan of that. I don't know. Right now I'm good. I just want a hamburger. So
There's a place down the road from my work called Wasabi Wands, and they do like Mexican sushi. And
nice.
They have massive burritos just filled with sushi. It's so good. They have the Godzilla, which has crunched up Doritos in it. And honestly, if our book was a burrito, it would be the Godzilla. It's got a little bit of everything in it. And it's little spicy.
Way to bring that right back around.
yeah, good segue, brother. Look at that, bringing it all around, dude. Thank you, Pat's Blue Ribbon. You know, bro, go. That's why he's the writer. You know,
Just steers it right back to the book. We can
love it.
right back to
That's hilarious, Case.
Yeah.
I think-
Gotta enjoy that fusion stuff.
Well, now
Absolutely.
I think we'll take a look at Katrina's book. That way we can get these toys out of the way.
The toys out of here.
Get the toys out of here. But one thing I wanted to ask you, Katrina, though, you said you don't have many toys growing up. So where's
Well,
the
I had a lot of stuffed animals growing up. And more as I've gotten older. I have more stuffed animals than I do cats, believe it or not.
wow? That's a lot of stuffed animals.
For you guys who don't know, we have 6 cats.
Oh wow.
To say I have more stuffed animals than cats is
She's one of those crazy cat ladies.
a cat lady. It's true.
Yeah.
They somehow keep finding me. But I mean I had a lot of like teddy bears and things like that growing up. And the book now is all toys that we actually have in the house. Minus one, who was my niece's stuffed doll when she was growing up. But all the rest of them are actually toys that we've either owned. I think all of them we actually still own around the house somewhere.
So, are any of these stories continued over from the first book?
They're not the story so much, but there are characters.
Characters? Okay.
Definitely characters. You'll see Horace again and Charlie, the planning bear, Asbestos, the dragon, Mutilda. She makes an appearance. Mutilda. She was a gateway cow. Remember Gateway Computers?
Yes.
Yeah, she was a gateway cow. Toby the gnome is back in this book, and there's some new characters too.
Nice. I'm gonna share the link, and then we'll go ahead and bring it up and take a look at it. See, I like when I don't have to type anything. I can just.
You can just go.
One thing I don't understand about StreamYard, like when I put it in the chat, it will post it to my YouTube and to my other Facebook page, but it will not do it to my main Facebook page. So I have to actually go in there. So if you look in the comments, it'll actually be Hooligan Alley Hangout, but then mine, it's under my name because I actually have to go there and do it, which I don't understand why. But let's share the screen. See if I can remember how to do this. And this is under Chrome tab. Now I gotta make sure I pick up the right one. There we go.
yeah, we don't want to see your OnlyFans, James.
That's from my other show where I talk about that.
Show.
All right, so
look at our little 9 backers. It's so exciting.
yay!
I'm so excited over like every little backer, or every big backer, every backer period.
And I see this is your sequel to what was the first one?
The first one was Tales from the Toy Store.
Tales from the Toy
And this
Store.
is Return to the Toy Store.
And the cover art's by Eric Cockrell.
Yep, Eric Cockrell is my cover artist. He's out of the Chicago area. And then we have art in the book done by Cobalt Castaway is what she goes by professionally. Her name is Max.
Oh.
She did. If you guys did April, if you read April's Army, she is also the artist who did the interior art for that book. Yep.
So I see you ask, what do you have a favorite stuffed toy as a child?
Yeah.
So did you have a favorite stuffed toy as a child?
I had a teddy bear.
And what was his name?
Yeah, Teddy, because was a very creative child.
Come on, like I'm an artist, and I had a teddy bear named Buckaroo Bond Bear.
I mean, yeah, I know. Everybody else is like, "Your teddy bear was named Teddy," and I'm like, "Yeah."
Because if you've never seen that movie, you need to. Buckaroo Banzai? Nobody?
Yep.
Nobody?
Dan nodded.
Okay. Well, I can't see because I'm on the other page.
Oh, he's got that up there. Okay, well, Dan nodded. He agrees.
I've never seen that film.
Would you ever hear that, like, no matter where you are, or no matter where you go, there you are?
I have.
That's like a line out of that movie.
Sorry, I'm totally muted. Yeah, no, wherever you go, there you are. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So, obviously you did make up stories about them.
I did make up stories about them, and more than that, just did I make up stories about my toys. When my kids were younger, they didn't want me to read them stories; they wanted me to make up stories and tell them stories. So I would tell them stories about their toys.
So I guess they did do amazing things,
They did all
and
sorts
wonderful
of
things.
Sam and Bob explored the savannah and all different stuff when they were the boys were little.
Very cool. So, how many stories are in the book?
There are currently 20. But if you guys have read my books, you know that I include 2 to 3 preview stories for the next book. So it'll be 23. Plus, there is a reward tier where you can get your own custom story written for the book as well. So it's currently 20, but it could go up to 25.
And those who don't already have Appo's Army, you'll be able to get it in this campaign as well?
You can get Appo's Army. You can get Tales from the Toy Store, which is the first book, as well as the new book, Return to the Toy Store.
Very cool.
And for those who remember Horace and Charlie from the first book, there's Horace and Charlie on the cover.
Are those the cheetah?
Those are the cheetah. 2 of the cheetah triplets. Horace is the tiger. Charlie is the bear up on the shelf.
Oh, okay.
You have Jack the sock monkey, and then Harley the rabbit. Nice. Down at the very bottom there.
There, that black and white.
Yep, that's Harley the rabbit, named for her Harlequin pattern.
Ah. See, I always wondered why Harley Quinn was Harley Quinn, and I thought it was because Harlequin, like, romance novels.
Right. Oh, it's in romance novels. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why not?
But anyways,
we have some stretch goals.
Yes.
Obviously, all still locked because we just launched today.
Yeah, a couple hours ago.
But we'll bring the bookmarks back. We'll bring the stickers back. All new. They will not be the same ones. They will be all new ones.
Nice. And how long's your early bird?
Early bird is for tomorrow at I believe 11 a.m. Eastern.
So yeah, there's 12 hours to go. It says.
Yep.
So if you back it before 11 o'clock tomorrow morning, you can get the book for $8. So I'm gonna make sure I do that.
Normally it's 10. Yep. We do have an early bird back to the toy store level.
Yeah, because there's cats and toys.
Yeah.
Oh, that's for the digital.
That's for the digital
of those 2 books, and then all the toys and
all
digital.
The toys, digital. Everything is available in both digital and print.
And then there's the regular book for $10. You actually had someone back it at the $10 one.
Yeah, some crazy person.
That's all right. They just wanted to give you the extra money.
Give me the extra $2. I am not going to turn them away.
And that's all your books digitally for $15. Yep. And then your 2 toy books, you get them both of them for $20.
Yep. There's a couple of retailer levels.
Nice. And all the books.
All the books. All the books.
For
Which I think is
$30.
the digital and the print of all 3 books.
Nice. And then some more retailer.
Another retailer tier.
And that's $100 to have your custom story.
Have a custom story added to, with your favorite toy.
Nice.
Have a custom story written, and it goes into the book, and you also obviously get a print copy of the book.
And so there's 5 opportunities to have your own.
Yep.
Oh, look, see, there's a cat and penguin.
That's Mitten with the Penguins. For those who read the first book, that's one of the stories in the first book.
Mittens, the kittens.
The kitten is Mittens. And then that's Pengu, Pengo, and Pengai. I believe are the 3 penguins' names. That's art. It's done by Josh Wyman.
Nice.
And that is one of our stretch goals, is to get that print done.
Oh. Okay, then there's the Mittens and Penguins. And a bonus story at 2,000. And there's the little elf guy.
There's Toby the Gnome.
Toby the Gnome.
And that's actually my $3,000. If we blow this out of the water reward tier, I will actually get that tattooed on me on live stream.
Oh, you'll live stream it.
I will live stream it.
All right. And
So there's me. There's Max. Max is only 20. This is her second book. She's out of Florida.
everybody's out of Florida.
Out of Florida. And then there's Eric. Eric also actually has a Kickstarter launching, I believe, on the 19th for Blister.
Yes.
Which is a punk rock book. So very different genre. Like I said, he gets to swear in all his advertisements, and
You can't.
And I can't.
Because
it's a
children's book.
It's a children's book.
Yeah. All right. So
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll keep an eye on this for the next couple weeks.
Yeah.
Every week, give us a little.
And I'll only refresh it every 5 minutes, checking the numbers.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure that's how it goes. So we will have to keep our eye on that book because, everybody wants to read about toys coming to life. And
that's right, and doing really cool things.
That's awesome. Good luck with it. I hope it goes super well.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Thanks, guys.
All right. So I had another question, and my phone keeps shutting off, so I have to always start it back up so I can find it. So what is your favorite comic book series now? That you're currently reading?
The Last Ronin.
Ooh, that was a good one. TMNT.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I have been going through. I just finished reading the first trade of The Immortal Hulk. Some of the best writing, and it pains me to say it. The art was fantastic. That dude's a douchebag, but the art is out of this world. Sadly, I hope it doesn't mar the perception of what the writer did for that book, because it just really kind of pushed the limits on what you could do with a legacy character like the Hulk. It's fantastic. But I also have been reading nuts. I'm trying to pull it up on my phone right now. Crap. I've been up since 4. I wake up really early to go to work. But an old Love and Rockets. I've been reading Love and Rockets. And they're fantastic. I love the Hernandez brothers. And just how natural the characters are. And they draw really just cool looking people. It's fun personal stories with just crazy situations happening around them. So and the fact that they just kind of did it all on their own, I love that.
Yeah. Katrina, you went to 2 comic book stores while you were in Canada.
Yes, I did. I was looking for The Last Witch, which is a Boom Studios title.
And did you find The Last Witch?
Did. I found all 5 issues and laid on the bed and read all 5 issues. And now I'm hoping that they renew it for another run because the story ended where it did, but it's not. You can tell the story's not over.
Do you know who is the creative people in that book?
I don't know who the artist is, but the writer is Connor McCreary out of Toronto.
Oh yeah, he's good.
Yeah, he offered it. I told him that it took me two comic book stores and illegal parking to track down all 5 issues, and he offered to pay my parking ticket if I got one. Luckily for him, I didn't get one. But
yeah, there you go. Yeah, I'm not even sure. I'm one of those people. I'm going back and forth. I have an equal high stack of indie stuff and my mainstream stuff. So, I guess like in my indie stuff, I've really liked Ego Raven. It's Daphne Lang, who actually I think is going to be on the show.
Oh, cool!
Sometime soon. She's been on every other time. Yeah, she's going to be on in 2 weeks.
Okay.
And the 3rd issue is on Kickstarter right now. It's a book about this unicorn human half-breed princess kind of thing and it's a fantasy story. And I probably could grab it. It's up in that mess somewhere. But it's really neat. You should check it out. It's on, like I said, Kickstarter. She has, I forget how many issues already done, but they were black and white. Now she's going back and coloring them and putting them back out on Kickstarter as colored issues. So this is, like I said, her 3rd one, like in just the last couple of months. She literally
she's been rolling up fast.
Yeah. It's like one end, she fulfills it, and then she kickstarts it. I mean, it's so, I haven't even read the 2nd one. It's up here in my pile somewhere. And Capable, too. I don't know if you've heard of that from Jonathan Hedrick. I just got the 4th issue of that the other day. It's kind of like a superhero kind of story about people who have disabilities, and then they get powers kind of based on what their disability is.
Okay.
So like this main character, he's in a wheelchair, and then he gets his powers, and he can run really fast. There's another person who's blind, and they get powers like something with their eyes. I don't know. There it is. It wasn't that deep. So here's the 2nd issue. That glare wasn't there. So you can see it's kind of like a fantasy thing. And there's our main character, who's the human unicorn half-breed princess person. It's very much like a Dungeons and Dragons, like the old cartoon, the old D&D cartoon. Gives you that kind of feel to it.
Cool.
Yeah, I backed it just because she was on the show and she's a friend, and that's usually not the kind of book I get into. And I backed it and I read the 1st issue, and the little twist at the end of that 1st issue hooked me. So now I'm like, and I do a review show, and actually so far issue 1 is my highest reviewed book this year. So
awesome.
Cool.
Well, hopefully you'll be reading Bigfoot Knows Karate soon.
Yes,
we're very close to getting it done, and like we said, October 13th goes live on Kickstarter. Yeah.
I thought October 1st was ages away, and then on Monday I went, "Oh my god, that's Friday."
Yeah. You have the oh shit moment.
Yeah.
Any chance we could check out the website on the
I have it brought
video.
up.
We have a preview video we'd love to show.
Where's it under? Or is it just,
if you go to BigFootKnowsKarate.com, it's in the 1st section, I think.
Because I have it brought up. Let me just check. If my computer wants to. Oh, there it is. All right. Let me see if I can make this full screen somehow without. I don't want to play it yet. Okay.
The video's all excited. It's like, come on.
Let's go.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot I can't do that quite yet. I always get confused. I tell everybody I've been doing this now for almost a year, and I'm still trying to learn how to do.
Hey, this is a lot to handle. I run a Zoom show like 3 days a week for work, and I mean, when you have I have like 300 people in the room sometimes, moving between 3 different locations and stuff, and it's like it gets to be a handful what you're dealing with right now, absolutely for sure. So
yeah,
my hats off to you, sir.
Yeah. All right. So I think it's going to share it, and then I'm going to make it full screen. Oh, nope, that's not the one I wanted to share.
Oh, how many followers are we up to?
It doesn't tell me. You have to look at it on your side.
Okay,
Yeah,
let me
it
look.
doesn't. It doesn't tell us.
No worries.
Let me try this again and do the right
tab this time.
The right tab. Yeah. It didn't help. I have two of them come up that both have Bigfoot Knows Karate on. So that was
right.
There we go. Now I got the right one. There we go. And I'll make this full screen. And then let me go over here and make it so it's by itself. There we go. All right. Now we'll get ready to watch the video.
All right. Okay, well, that was a little joggy, but hey, go to the website and check it out, guys.
Go to the website.
Yeah.
And I pasted the Kickstarter link to the to a comment in the video on Facebook.
Cool.
So
Thanks,
you guys be sure go up, sign up for it, get all the deets. October 13th, we're dropping this bad boy, and we're like 3 pages shy of having it completely done.
Yeah.
And we can't wait to get this out into your hands. You guys saw, a little taste of what the art looks like. Oh my gosh. There's so much I want to say, but I can't because it would give away major plot details. This book is going to kick your ass. It is going to go home, beat the shit out of you in front of your kids, and
it's going to go home and punch
with
your
wife.
It
is
go punch your mama in the mouth.
Exactly. You're gonna like this book, and we want you to have fun with it.
Nice.
Yeah, absolutely.
It looks very good. Dan, do you do the coloring too, or do you have a colorist on it?
Everything. I do. I letter it. I color it. I do the whole thing.
Awesome. I was wondering because I'm a colorist, and that way that like scratchy sketch style that you sometimes that's a difficult way to color if you're not the person who drew it.
It's I think my line work is so kind of all over the place with the pencils, inks. I mean, I work digitally anyway, so I work in Adobe Illustrator. I actually draw with my fingertip. On a touchscreen computer, so that's how I draw. But I got a fingertip and a mouse. That's how I work. And so I do a lot of brushy, grungy, that kind of look. I really want the artwork to be very kinetic. A lot of action, a lot of movement, and so those loose lines that really kind of works for that. And the coloring style is very different than I normally color. I mean, there's a lot of cell shading in it if you look deep, but I'll do some painting of the tones and stuff like that in there too, depending on what I'm working on. But I've really tried to be very experimental with the artwork for this. Look, there's a hyper-realism is a big thing right now in comics, and hats off to anybody who can pull that off. I can't. I mean, that's just not me. I don't have those skills. But what I do have is a fertile imagination and the desire to do different types of styles of artwork. You know what I mean? That's like let the story dictate your style. Don't make your story be dictated by your style, you know. And there's some, you know, I've Jeff Loeb made a comment one time that he tries to write to the artist's strength, and I think that's very kind of him. But then you end up with things that are, you know, if you work with an artist that doesn't have storytelling chops, you end up with a clunky story. You know, I'm not going to name names or anything like that, but you know, I mean, but you can tell that, you know, he writes different for Tim Sale than he writes for, you know, Brand X. I don't know who, but you know, so my approach is a little different. I really try and take the art style to match the story. So if it's a noir story, it's going to look a lot different than if it's, you know, superhero team, you know, that type of thing. So
how would Jeff Loeb write for Greg Land? That's what
so you have to, that's basically you're writing an issue of Playboy at that point. So.
Yeah.
Greg Land.
Sorry.
Poor Greg. But he still gets work from Marvel.
Oh my God.
Say what?
Like, there's so many.
He still gets work from Marvel. He's
amazingly talented people out there.
He was just put on another book I just seen.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, seriously?
He's stealing people's alien art and going through his back issues of like 1998 Playboy to find out how.
What's he trying to find out?
Invisible Woman's gonna look. Give me a break.
Yeah.
But I mean, I guess maybe he's a good guy. Like, I guess that's what it is. That's how he's getting work. Because, I mean,
well, you know, the whole thing
with me being controversial for the day.
Roger Cruz early in his career, you know, he got in a bunch of trouble for swiping Joe Madrid.
Yeah. And recently, Joe went on and was like, I've seen his new stuff. He's doing great.
It's totally different.
Like, I
follow him on whatever that.
I love how he just kind of turned it around and was like, you know, I'm proud of him. He's doing good.
Yeah.
And he's kind of like giving him the nod, like, yeah, he's on his own. He's doing his own thing, and he seemed genuinely really kind of cool and
like even like you look at his stuff now compared to his 90s stuff, and it's like a totally different style of art almost. It's totally. And Katrina sits there like, I have no idea who you guys are talking about. Go look up Roger Cruz, Uncanny X-Men.
Yeah, his Phalanx Covenant. His artwork was so, you know, and that Age of Apocalypse stuff, that was just dripping in Joe Mad. You know?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And he went to Image and he really started using Joe Mad stuff because he was like, well, no one here knows.
I didn't think he did some stuff on Youngblood that looked different than he did on some other titles at Image. You know, that you could see that he was starting to kind of push himself in a different direction. Honestly, I mean, it was different. I don't know, better or worse. That's your opinion. You know what I mean? Yeah. But he was definitely, you could see the growing pains starting to happen in his work then. And I kind of lost track of him for a while, but the recent stuff I've seen of him, wow, dude, he's really taken it, you know, one other direction, which is great.
And as opposed to like the aforementioned Greg Land, at least he wasn't like drag and drop it or whatever. Clearly, Greg Land, it just has his lasso tool and it's just like mine.
Mine. That was funny.
So comics are fun.
Comics are fun.
On that note, go ahead. Did you have something you wanted to share?
No, I was going to say October 13th. Sign up now. Buy our comic. We love you.
Don't miss it.
You can read more on the website at BigFootKnowsKarate.com. You can go there, check out some of the covers and some of the stories and learn some more about these guys. And then there's a link there also to take you to the Kickstarter where you can make sure you hit that notification button so you know the minute they drop that on Kickstarter. And also that night at 8 o'clock on Instagram. Is that correct?
Yep.
They're going to have a live show. You can watch them on there. And what's the Kickstarter? I mean, the Instagram page that they can.
You can follow me at Danomite139. That's DANOMYTE 139. Casey is Robots Eat Guitar, And those are the same handles that we use on Twitter as well. So you can find us on either one of those, Danomite139, Robots Eat Guitar. We have great handles on those platforms, I gotta say.
Yeah, there we go. All right, guys. Well, thank you for coming out. I can't wait
Thanks for having us
to see this book and see how much karate Bigfoot actually knows.
He knows a lot, and oh my gosh, you guys are gonna flip out about it. Yeah, it gets nuts.
But now I want to see a Bigfoot versus Kung Fu Panda story.
Kung Fu Cthulhu. I think you pronounced it wrong. Kung Fu Cthulhu. No, Cthulhu. I get it. I'm just
Cthulhu.
Kung Fu. Okay.
Yeah.
I did. The P was silent. That's what.
Exactly.
That's awesome.
Speaking of silent P, I'm about to have to make a silent P.
That's all right,
guys.
I think he was making a bathroom
It has
joke.
been a blast. Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you for coming on again, Casey. Great meeting you, Dan. And like I tell everybody, whenever you want to come back on, you're free to come back. Actually, later this month, I'm probably going to be having what I call a creator roundtable where we don't have any set guests. So anybody who has anything going can come in and just share their stuff for a few minutes or 3 hours. Depends on how long we're
outstanding.
Yeah, so I'll make sure everyone knows about it. I will make sure I do a spotlight on this and share out that video and all that good crap this week. So,
awesome.
Have a good night, and talk to you guys later.
Kat, great. Good luck to you on your Kickstarter.
Right.
Seriously, I hope you whoop ass on that, and cat ass. With the cat. Yeah. So awesome.
The stuffing out of it.
There you go.
All right, Dan.
JW Cat, thank you again.
Yep. Good night.
Thanks.
Y'all have a great evening.
You too. All right. Well, there's another show. This is our 34th episode. Who knew we would be on this long? I surely didn't. It's hard to believe. 34 episodes, and I'm still learning how to use this program. But, next week, Brett Giuliano is going to be on the show.
Oh, Brett's coming back.
Aforementioned Brett Giuliano with his. I think he has those mob cards. Mobimals. Yes,
I can never remember what it is. But they're really cool mobster trading cards, guys.
Yes, they're animal. Like they're mobsters who had animal
nicknames.
Yeah,
they're really cool, guys. Yeah, those are cool. That's what you need to know. Yeah, they're really cool. And Brett's a great guy.
He'll be back. He'll be on next week, and in 2 weeks we'll have Daphne Lang. And then I have 2 weeks in a row. We don't have anything scheduled yet. I do have some people kind of. I was kind of hoping to have some horror people on for the 29th. I'm actually going to be in costume that night for our Halloween show. If you want to dress up, you're fine. You can.
Yeah.
Well, the good thing is I have cosplays, so they're just.
I'm not quite that lucky. I tell you what, I'll put a baseball cap on and be you.
There you go. You put a fake beard on,
or I'll wear it backwards, and then I'll flip it halfway through. It'll be backwards, and I'll be Chuck.
Yeah. See, but you got to put a beard on for both.
Get the beard going.
Yeah, you better start growing it now, so it's in before the 29th.
It'll be there in time.
All right, guys. Well, thank you for joining the show. Make sure you go out and check out.
I'll glue napkins to my chin.
There you go. Go out and check out Bigfoot Knows Karate. It launches on October 13th. And also make sure you check out Return to the Toy Store from our very own Katrina Roach, which is on Kickstarter right now. You can get that book and read some awesome stories. It's actually real stories, not like
real stories.
There's words in it, not a whole bunch of pictures.
Lots of words, some pictures.
Just very few pictures, but
very few pictures. It's not a comic, guys. But it is a great book, and your kids will love it, and you'll love reading it to them.
And do we plan to have it out in time for Christmas?
That is my goal. I have currently, it does say fulfillment in February, but my goal is by Christmas.
All right, so there you go.
But I didn't want to let anybody down by missing that. You know, things happen with the post office, and
so that means she needs to get writing on those, and you just need to hurry up and back those last 5 stories.
Back those last. If you back at
the $100
level and get your custom story, I will be probably in touch with you almost immediately, so that we can get those stories written and get them ready to go.
Yes.
Other than that, the book is pretty much done.
Yeah,
So,
you just like tore into it while you're on
I
vacation.
did. I was gone. I went to Canada for 5 days. Saw my best friend, and he happened to have to work on my birthday. So
Did you eat any poutine or
I
whatever?
did not have. That was my 3 things I didn't do in Canada. I didn't eat poutine. I didn't go to Tim Hortons, and I didn't do anything traditionally Canadian like
I
a
was like,
common
so
pie.
were you really in Canada? Can you
I
actually say
know.
you're
Was
in
I?
Canada?
Is there proof I was there?
Like,
No.
did you bring back those little those maple sugar leaf
Little maple
candies?
candies. I did. I didn't. If I'd seen some, I would have. I did not see any.
Did you
I
bring
know.
back any like Canadian dollars?
I did not.
Jeez, we don't even believe you went. You
No,
sat
we
on your couch for a week
did
and
any.
didn't do anything.
I have to go back. I was just invited to go to do a show in Canada, but not until it's December 2022. Unfortunately, the venue is not in Canada. They are much
different.
stricter about
Like,
the COVID thing. No, about the COVID thing.
yeah, I know. I mean, it's weird
Yeah.
because Americans can go in and out, but Canadians cannot. Like
Canadians cannot come. They can fly in and out, but they
but
cannot
they can't
drive in
drive
and out.
because that makes a difference
Right.
somehow.
Not only
Because-
that, but like what I found out is like if you go to eat in a restaurant in Canada, you have to show them your vaccine card.
Ooh.
And and they'll ask for that in your ID to make sure it matches. And if you've not been had 2 shots,
You cannot go out to eat.
you cannot. You have to take it to go. You cannot sit in the restaurant and dine.
Wow.
The hotel I was at was like that. To eat their
You had to order it to the
buffet.
room?
No, to eat the breakfast buffet, I had to actually go down and show my vaccination card. And like
And you said,
and
and
then-
even though you were vaccinated, you still had to get a test before you went?
I had to have a negative COVID test within 72 hours of going. Yeah.
Ooh, that's crazy.
You have to jump through some hoops.
In this country, we complain because we have to wear a mask to Walmart.
And you have to wear a mask everywhere in Canada, in Ontario still.
Yeah.
I actually had to wear a mask at the border when talking to the border guard to get into Canada. I had to have a mask on.
Nice. So there you go.
Yeah, so if you're going to Canada anytime soon, be aware that it's not like it is here.
It's not America.
It is not America. If nothing else will prove I was there, I've got the vaccine. My vaccine card's getting a little worn around the edges from having to pull it out so many times to show it. I'm probably next time I go, I'm going to take a picture of it on my phone.
They have an app I've seen that you can put all that information in, and then it's like
you have to.
Or they can it brings up a code thing, and they can scan it like those.
When you go into Canada now, if you drive into Canada, there's an app you have to fill out, and you have to upload pictures of your vaccinations. You have to have your driver's license in there. The address and location of where you're going to be staying. They're not playing.
Yeah.
And when I went to the border, they swiped my driver's license, and because that information was in the app, it pulled up my app information to confirm that I had all the vaccines and I had all the information in there. And
crazy.
Definitely, guys, they're not treating it as lightly as we do here.
Yeah. Well, again, a great show. Going to be back next Friday.
Lots of stories were written, so back the book.
Back the book. Make sure you check out and there's lots of other stuff on Kickstarter and Indiegogo
and Kickstarter and stuff right now.
Tons of stuff.
Depowered. If you guys have not seen
Depowered, I just backed that.
I just backed that one myself. Yes, that one's got 16 days left, I think, and they're struggling a little bit.
And there's a couple other books.
An amazing book.
Brandon Cox's book Severed.
It
has like 20 hours left.
No, it's like 6 hours left now.
Oh, is that what it was? I
just saw a post not too long ago where he's counting down the hours. So I think we're down to like 6 or 7 hours on Severed.
Yeah.
For those who have books that are going to be launching, there's a fantastic Kickstarter launching Tuesday on how to launch your book on Kickstarter.
Oh, there you go.
Done by Russell Nolte, and I can't.
Russell Nolte is like the king of Kickstarter,
and he's got a partner on it, and I cannot remember her name. I'm like ready and waiting to back that book, even though I've done 2 now. This is my second one.
But you can never
get too much information on how to do it. Eric Cockrell has a blister on, I believe, October 19th.
Mhm.
So there's tons coming up. There's tons going on.
And we just finished Expired last week, and very shortly we're gonna have a Holiday Spirits
Holiday Spirits is coming up.
from Orange Cone.
Yep.
That is it's based on the
Christmas Carol?
Christmas Carol. I want to say 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. I was like, no, that's not it.
That's a different one. Totally
Yeah.
different.
Yeah.
Christmas Carol with the spirit.
Three spirits, yes. And there's some big name guys in that book. Big name indie guys. So that'll be interesting when that comes out. I can't remember what the date we did say, but I don't remember.
They didn't tell me the date, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Coming soon.
Well, I get the behind the scenes stuff.
It's true. He gets the behind the scenes stuff. I don't get the Orange Cone behind the scenes.
Yeah, I've got a bunch of news that I can't talk about. Some other stuff I'm working on.
If you guys want to give me behind the scenes, that'd be awesome. I'm totally willing to listen at any point.
Yeah. All right. So we're gonna go. Have a good night, everybody. Thank you for watching. Make sure you check out all those. Just stroll through Kickstarter. You'll find amazing stuff, and not just comics. There's
Absolutely.
a lot of cool games on there. Some cool gadgets, things, whatever.
Yeah.
But have a good night. Make sure you go check out Return to the Toy Store. We can get that funded so we can maybe get another Rocky story written in there somewhere.
That's right. If we get, I'll tell you what. If we hit the $2,000, which I believe is the bonus story stretch goal, I will make it a Rocky story.
It better be. That way me and Russell can have another.
You and Russell can have a Rocky story.
All right.
You just got to hit the $2,000 mark.
So did you hear that, Russ? She promised us another Rocky story.
I did, but you got to hit the $2,000 mark.
We'll have to push it. All right, I'll let them know so we can push the crap out of it.
All right. And I'll actually, for those who are looking for me, I will be on Russell's show, I believe, on Tuesday night. So we'll get him behind the pushing of the Rocky story.
Yes. I'll make sure I come over and bother him too. So.
All right, yeah, he needs a good bothering.
Yeah, I like to bother Russ.
And he's collecting cats now, if you haven't heard.
I heard. I seen that.
He's up to 3 now.
Yeah, he just got that kitten.
He got a new kitten like 2 weeks ago. Then he got one like a couple of days ago. And my comment was, this is how it starts. Before you know it, you're up to 6.
Who I just talked to somebody recently that they got shanghaied into taking the neighbor's cat.
Yeah, see?
I don't remember. Like their kid was outside playing, and the neighbor
oh yeah. Who was that? Chuck.
Chuck. Yeah.
Chuck. Yeah. His kid was outside playing with the kitten, and the neighbor was like, "Would you like it?"
And they didn't bring the cat litter and stuff.
It was like, "You've got a cat.
There you go. It's yours now. Have fun." All right. But now we're just rambling. So we're gonna go, guys.
We're gonna go.
Good night.
Good night, all.